everyone, how you doing? Hi, hello BC. This is Christian down here in Santiago, Chile, doing entry to your contest or your giveaway, your Exodus giveaway, and the one that you uploaded a couple of weeks ago. First of all, thanks for having this cool giveaway, and thanks for being back in the VC doing some cool videos as usual. I have been following you for many channels. You have you have you 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 have um, through these I don't know, maybe 2 3 or more years that have been following you. You have an awesome collection. Your our gear collection is wonderful. It's one band I'm kind of late to. I only have a couple of CDs in my collection. I want to get more of that. But first of all, your contest was about talking about Exodus and what was our favorite vocalist record, and if we or I have seen them live, and then you change it to be a little more to reach more viewers and talk about our favorite band and all the good stuff. Well, referring about talking about Exodus. No, I have not seen them live yet. They have been here a couple of times, but unfortunately, I have missed their live performances for I don't know for many reasons. But I think my favorite album by them is Fabulous Disaster. And of course, I love Steve Setro Zusa, as you say, or Sousa, because I think that's a Portuguese surname. But yeah, I think I like that incarnation of the band with Steve and the one that recorded Fabulous Disaster. But now I'm going to talk about my favorite band. You know, my favorite band it's Maiden. I have and I think I have told this story a couple of times, but I'm going to do it again because this is a new contest, a new maybe some guys don't know my story about with Maiden. I was musically born in the 80s. First, I started listening to a lot of pop stuff, things that came in the radio, and started listening to some I don't know 80s synth pop, new wave, all the stuff you heard on the play on the radio in the early 80s, around 82, 83. We changed school with my brother, I think in around that era, and we also changed house. And my brother he's 2 years younger than me. He came back one day from school with a with a with a cassette, a dub cassette, Sony CH 90. Yes, because there's of course two 45 sides, 2 45-minute sides, and he said, "Listen to this." He had borrowed that tape from some friend at school. It was as I was telling you, it was a dub cassette, and on the cover of it on the shell, he had a paper clip from a newspaper. It was cut and it was stuck in there, and it had a guy singing, or what seems to be a dude with a microphone with studs and leather, red pants, and yes, and I think a silver or kind of silver shirt with 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 no arms, was as in armless shirt, t-shirt. So I said, okay, let's put it. In our, I think we had a boom box in my bedroom or in his bedroom. I don't remember. Or we played it on the stereo and we had it in the living room. Press play, and this magnificent album came in. And the first song, it took me forever. I still remember listening to that song. As it was about 10 minutes ago, or as it was yesterday. It was Invaders. Oh my God, I can't believe what I was hearing. And I know Invaders is, for many fans, they consider it a wicked track, but for me, it made a huge impact. I still think that's a great song. and I still believe it, and I still don't know why they have played that song live. From that minute when I heard that song, Invaders, and the opening track and the lyrics and the way this guy Bruce Dickinson sings, it it was like a revelation. That was the kind of music I was going to listen till the day I die. I think so. And that's been around 82, 83. Do the math. It's 2023, and Maiden is still my favorite band. This is still one of my favorite records, and Invaders is still one of my favorite songs of all time, done by Maiden, done by any heavy metal band, done by any classic heavy metal band, new wave of British heavy metal. Put the name or the tag or categorize the way you want it, but they are still my favorite band. How many times I have seen them live? I have seen them live many times. Here I have some proofs. I I have one, two, three, four, five. I have here five tickets. I'm only missing one ticket from all the shows I have seen them live. They have been here many times. They are a household name. Every time they play here, they sold out all the venues. They started in a really small venue that that was around in 1996 when they was going to play here in 96. They were playing here, and as ironic as it seems, they were on the tour with Blaze Bailey. Yes, I saw them. My first encounter with Maiden live was with Blaze Bailey on the X Factor tour. That was a chaotic performance. everything that Everything went wrong with the opening act, and a Spanish band named Héroes del Silencio. They were the That was a three-bill performance. There was a local band, Panzer, Chilean Panzer, uh, the opening act. Then came this Spanish kind of rockish, heavy, not heavy metal, a kind of strange mix of style. They were playing hard rock. The singer had a very unique vocal tone, kind of Ian Atsbury meets with Jim Morrison with some dancing. It's very weird, and they have a chaotic performance. I think they only were allowed to play around 2 or 3 minutes because it was a mayhem in this small venue. It was a really small venue, around 5,000 people that was the capacity of this small venue, and it was packed. It was really packed. It was a chaotic. As I was telling you, they only play around 1 or 2 minutes because they were built out of the stage, and they had to literally run away from the stage because they were throwing things at them. They were spitting from one side of the, I don't know where they took it, from one side of of the ground. Someone threw them a huge log. Yes, it was really big a big piece of wood, and it almost hit the drummer, and so they had to leave the stage. 2 minutes. That was all they were allowed to play. So then we have to wait uh, for the crew to remove the stuff from the Eros del Silencio, and then to put the Maiden gear on the stage. That took, I don't know, half an hour. I don't know. So as you might guess, the tension was building up. So Maiden hit the stage, and it was a good concert. But back in the day, in those days, I don't know why here in Chile had that awful thing that they when they like a band, the guys that was standing in front of the stage start to spit at yes, really spit it at the band. So a couple of times Blaze Bailey and Steve Harris stopped the show and said, if you keep on speeding, we're going to leave the stage and you will have no concert. Unfortunately, the things calmed down. Some guys were removed out of the venue because they were not behaving well. They were speeding the band, and they pointed at them. So please take them out. And unfortunately, the concert could carry on, and it was a good performance. Of course, it's not made with Bruce, but it is what it is. So that was the first time. That was 1996, and then we have to wait many years to the reunion with Bruce and with Brave New World and Adrian Smith. So so we can have the full experience to see them live. And every time they came here, they perform in a bigger stage, in a bigger arena, venue, and open field, and they keep selling out all those big places until they manage to play for the first time in Santiago's biggest sports stadium, and big stadium where they record this one. En vivo, this is on the Final Frontier album. It was sold out as usual, and it was an awesome concert. Unfortunately, I wasn't here in Chile when this one was recorded. I was on vacation, I was on holiday, so I missed this show. But every time they have play here, they have a great concert and great experience. So these are some of the tickets I have here to prove that I have seen them many times. Let's hope I can see them again. This one was the last one I saw was on the Book of Souls. Of course, also on the somewhere back in time. Yes, all the good stuff. One was with Slayer opening. This one, somewhere back in time, was with a Slayer opening, and this one, the Book of Souls. I think they had an opening Anthrax. So great stuff. And other things I have made, of course, some of my cassettes from back in the day. The first CD I ever bought, this one was bought a couple of weeks or years after it was released here. This is my OG from somewhere back in time. Seven Sun or Seven Sun. This was I bought it right after it was released. I listened to this one many times. Of course, this one may be my favorite Maiden record. I know every lyric from this album, and yes, I can still listen to Can I Play with Matters. Also, some things I have. This one, some cool mini poster. I also have back in my parents' vacation house, this poster. I don't know if you can see it. This one was shot at the Bahamas when they were recording, of course, Power Slave. I have this one. Of course, it's really fade out. It's really, you can tell how time has passed through this poster because it's really faded out with the sun and all the stuff. Because back in the day we did put it on glass to protect it from the direct sunlight. And I also have this book. It's written by a Chilean author, Oscar Céspedes. It says, "Made in Chile, una historia de amor y desencuentros, Iron Maiden, a history of love and misunderstanding." It tells all the story, all the things that happened with the Maiden here in Chile. From the first time this guy discovered Maiden, and every time Maiden were trying to play here, because before the first show with Blaze, they did 2 attempts to play here in Chile, and for some odd reason, strange reasons, they weren't allowed to play here live. First time it was in '92, I think. Yes, for some strange reason, all the venues were booked, so they couldn't play here. Of course, some issues they have with being called satanic, and the Catholic Church pulled the strings to not allow them to play here in Chile. That was 92. Then again, I think before Bruce or after Bruce, I can't remember. I think around 2001 or stuff like that. They couldn't play here because we have some issues with. There was some political stuff with between the Chilean government and England back in the day. I don't know what was the deal, but then they in this book they relate they tell a story about every time they play here from the Blaze Bailey to until up to the Book of Souls, I think, if I'm correct. Yes, until Book of Souls because that's 20. Okay, but something like that. But this is a good book, of course. All the I think almost all the DVDs are here. Have also Rock in Rio, Dance of Death on the Road. Of course, that stock CDs are all Maiden and some more tapes over there, records. I think I miss many records because back in the day I only have cassettes and CDs and records were still expensive. I may have buy something more that's coming really soon. Teachers, I don't have. I used to have a couple of maiden teachers. T-shirts. I'm not a guy that likes to wear t-shirts very often, but I think I still need to get one at least for maiden for my collection. So I think that's all I have to say about Maiden. Yes, they are my favorite band. Of course, you have seen my my thumb. No, my the thing I have on my YouTube channel. It's of course from Maiden from the Somewhere in Time. That's one of my favorite artworks. Of course, that's awesome. Yes, that's okay, Ron. That's my entry. Hope you like it. I hope you understand everything I was trying to tell you. 17 minutes talking about Maiden. I think it's more than enough. Thanks of all. Thanks again for having this giveaway slash contest. Hope you like my entry. Hope you get many more subs because you really deserve it. You have an awesome collection and you're a really cool guy. This is Christian down here in Santiago, Chile, saying goodbye. Cheers and adios.